Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem, Wakar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son Ba'Shem, in the name of Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are the true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lost Gospel of the tongue. And I say Barakathon to the elders and apostles with Akim, Ba'akwaf, and I say Shalom. And this is a sit-down lesson of the prophecy updates as of August the 17th, 2026 on this Monday. On this Monday night, August 17th, 2026. And as we've been seeing, tensions been increasing between Iran and the United States about the spread of the news. Now we got the minimum of the understanding of the deal that expired as of today, which that lasts for 60 days. Now it expired. So the Trump administration rejected the minimum of the understanding extension. Iran did the same thing as well too, because they blame each other of the spread of the news situation, who controlled the spread of the news. And then they blame each other for violating both of the deals that supposedly had in place. And that's why the tensions been heating up with the spread of the news situation. And then the war between the United States and Iran been heating up on and back and forth for the past couple of months. Now the Trump administration trying to hit Iran economically rather than using the military tactic. So they usually hit them with the economical. So as it says again, breaking news from Al Jazeera. I just want to add a sad note to that. Trump rejects the minimum of the understanding of an extension with Iran as the U.S. claims total control of the spread of news, which that's not true because the Iranians, they still manage and control the spread of news, despite the fact the United States been blocking the spread of news. But the Iran, they still control it. 1 hour ago, live updates. Syria exposed airspace leaving unable to counterattacks. 16 minutes ago, Syrian military airport hit in first attack since the Al-Assad fall. That goes right along with Isaiah 17 verse 1, which I'm going to bring out. Because as of lately, for the past couple months, we've been seeing rising tensions starting to heat back up once again. Between over there in Syria, especially with the proxy groups and the pro-Iranian groups. This is Isaiah chapter 17 and verse 1. It says, the prophecies about Damascus, the burden of Damascus, behold, Damascus, take away from the city should be Israel heat. So that's a future prophecy that we see in the making of Damascus and Syria. Definitely be taken away from the city should be Israel heat. And this is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, and verse 3. And as he sat down upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came to him privately, saying, which the only begotten Son sat down with the disciples at the Mount of Olives. And the disciples came up to him privately, saying, tell us when should these things be? When should be the sign like coming in the world, like the end times during their times, as we are in the end times, these times as well too. Matthew 24 verse 4, and Yahweh Shai answered. Right, he answered back to Paul, Peter, John, James, Andrew, which the 12 disciples, which they all spoke to Yahweh Shai at the Mount of Olives. And Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you. Matthew 24 and verse 5, for many shall come in my name, saying, I'm Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, shall deceive many. Matthew 24 verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? The tensions between Iran and the United States. Tensions been heating up over there in the Middle East, over there in the Mediterranean Sea, the Red Sea, over there in Yemen, over there in the Persian Gulf, over there in the Strait of Hormuz with the Russian-Ukrainian situation. So these are signs of wars and rumors of wars that Yahweh Shai spoke about now being shown forth in the world today. Matthew 24 and verse 6, ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Right on and on, back and forth, wars and rumors of wars. See that you be not sure before all these things must first come to pass, but things not yet. Why? So it's going to come to pass, but not going to end just yet. Matthew 24, verse 7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, which goes to ethnos. Because you have a nation within itself rising against one another, and then outside of it, another nation rising against another nation. That's what we see. Kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence, earthquakes in diverse places. Right, so as of lately, we've been seeing the uptick of earthquakes in various places, in diverse places, and the increase in the famines and pestilence, and the nation against nation, kingdom against kingdom. We're seeing it continue to increase. Matthew 24, verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. Right, so the beginning of sorrows, biblical signs and the signs of times. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3, and verse 1. Right, time for everything. To everything there is a season, and a time of every purpose of heaven. Right, so we're in these modern day uptick of times and seasons and every purpose of heaven, which is modern day biblical signs and the signs of times. Ecclesiasticus 3, verse 8, and 8 times. And this is Matthew's 20, Ecclesiastes 3, verse 8, and a time to love, and a time of HATE, and a time of war, and time of peace. Right, so we're living in a time of war still, and the time of HATE. So we're definitely in those modern day times, seasons, and the purpose of heaven, which is war, evil, and pestilence, and the time of war, and the time of HATE, which is going to continue to increase. This is the book of Luke 21 and verse 25. It says, there shall be signs in the sun, moon, and stars, and upon the earth distress of nations will perplex seers one. Right, so we're seeing the uptick of the distress of nations will perplex seers one, which is going to continue to increase, and we're seeing signs of it. It says the U.S. won't allow Gaza reconstruction under Hamas disarmed, Kushner has said. It says Ukraine's press being function like organizers trying to Zelensky party, MEP has said. Belgium wildfires record wildfires near Germany border. Right, that's that Isaiah 29 verse 6 and Isaiah 20 verse 2. Right, because those are European countries that definitely been hitting, with those heavy wildfires. It says Kentucky farmers take on AI data centers. Right, just like that recent protest took place, I think July the 18th. So we definitely going to be seeing citizens going to be in the uproar protesting, especially with these data AI centers. It says Russia warns UK will pay the price over drones used in Ukraine's strikes. Right, because we've been seeing Germany and the UK been having high tensions with Russia, especially the European Union and NATO been having tensions between Russia as well too. This is the book of Luke 21, verse 10. It says, then say he unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 38. In verse 4, it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and will bring thee forth in all the army, horse and horsemen, all of them, all close to all. It says, and all thy army and horsemen, all of them were cloaked with all sorts of armor, even a great company, bucks of shields, all in hands of swords. Right, so they have the fathers continue with that warlike mindset in these armies of other nations. And we see the signs of it, most in particular the Russians, because they represent the Vader in Ezekiel 38 chapter. as the Russian-Ukraine situation intensified in NATO versus Russia as well too, because Belarus and Russia, they are allies versus the European Union, NATO, and then the United States versus Russia. That's going to heat back up as well too. So this was just a quick prophecy update as of August the 17th, 2026 on this Monday night. So hopefully this is edifying. And with that, I would like to give all praises and glory number two to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash, and the Heavenly Father. True name is Yahweh, and His only begotten Son, Ba'ashem, in the name of Hamashiach, Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in ancient Paleo Hebrew, the lost Christ, the Holy Tongue. And I say Barak them to the elders and apostles. To next time, I would say Kor Meshwala and the Baba Shalom.
Took one look